Well, well, well. Welcome back to the Hurry Up. Here we go. NBA Playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals. All I have to say is, nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Goodbye. It is over. I hate to say this, but I think you got the two teams fighting for the finals. It's going to be a repeat of 2006, Miami against Dallas. Only this time, Dallas looks poised and ready to win. The Bulls. What can you say? They fought their hearts out. They fought their hearts out. That Miami team was just too much to overcome. And the funny part is that the big three were on the floor. You knew what they were going to do, but it was the role players, guys like Mike Miller stepping up and doing big things. Udonis Haslam playing a big game, fresh legs off the bench. He's been a key to their success. Udonis Haslam has changed up, and you know why? Because he can block shots. He's lengthy. He can jump, but he can run with the bigs of Chicago, and that is key when playing the Chicago Bulls. And Derrick Rose, sorry, young blood, but you're the MVP. But I, maybe I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's a little more injured than we think. Maybe there's something really is bothering him that we don't know about. We won't probably know to the end of the year. You know how some things, some people are injured and we don't know about it, and then they get surgery at the end of the season or the rehab. We'll find out. I mean, right now it's too close to tell, and we won't know because he's going to play through it. He's going to play through it. That's what he was. But Miami did a good job. They had the lead going into the fourth. They just couldn't hold it because of LeBron James. LeBron James is playing a phenomenal series, and the reason is because no one really on that that Chicago team can really guard him. There's nobody to get in his way to do anything like that. I mean, he did have Andre Iguodala in the first series. It wasn't really that bad. In the second series, against Boston, they did have Paul Pierce, so the matchup was a little different. And Kevin Garnett, they had better defenders to play him. Now in Chicago, they have some decent defenders in Luol Deng, but he is not getting any help because Booz is not transitioning over. Noah's not transitioning over fast enough, and he's just penetrating the lane. And then now he's a facilitator. And what that means is he's going to just dish out the ball to whoever is open. And when guys like Mike Miller are making shots, it really makes the game hard on a team like Chicago that predicates on defense and miss shots. When your shots are falling, they can't get rebounds. They can't fast break, and that's what they like to do is fast break. As you saw when they got out in the break, they tried to create. I also have to say, I don't know how I feel about the officials in these playoffs. I feel like officials, not just in this game in particular, but in all throughout the playoffs, have been a little haven't been very good actually. A little touch and go. They either call a foul or they don't call a foul. Either it's touchy or it's hard. You got to be consistent with the games. This is what's hindering the flow of some of these ball games. That's why you see a lot of delay going on in these ball games. That's why you see a lot of controversy going on in these ball games. Plus, it also is the playoffs. You don't really want to see too many ticky tack fouls, but you want to have people understand that it is the playoffs. But you will call something that is blatant. When they miss, I mean, this is the playoffs, so every call, every play is crucial. As getting back to the Bulls, went off on a tangent there. Getting back to the Bulls, this is it. This is it. You got to win out. Your back's against the wall. You got to win every game. You got to think of it like you should have had this mentality before, but the next. I don't think they have it. I don't think they have it in them. I just don't see it. I just don't see Tom Thibodeau saying to them they have enough in the tank to really, really get going. I mean, you look at it, they're a young team, they're a defensive team, they had a beautiful run, but maybe it's just not your time. Maybe it's not your time. Maybe the three-headed monster that is Miami has come together enough to put them over the hump. I picked the Bulls in the series only for the reason of, you know, not necessarily not liking Miami, not necessarily not liking Miami, but just the way in which LeBron James went about doing the thing. That's what really hindered what I wanted to see about Miami. I have nothing against Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh, we all knew, was not that good or as great as they're making him out to be. He is a complimentary piece, which is fine. Knicks, aren't you lucky you didn't go after that guy, huh? I mean, you got a better power forward slash center in Amari Stoudemire. So Knicks fans, good choice. Carmelo Anthony, good choice. But what I'm saying is, I didn't like the decision. No matter who, if you're LeBron James or not, he is doing a lot more, with more obviously. But and this is where you expected. This is where you expected the Miami Heat to be in the Eastern Conference when they signed that deal in the beginning of the summertime last summer. When they signed that deal last summer, last year, when free agency started, and King James took his talents to South Beach, or LeBron in this case, shouldn't call him king. He's not king of anything really. But when he took his talents to South Beach, that's what you expect to happen. If you weren't, you're blind. What you didn't think was going to happen was the bench. When they assembled Mike Bibby, when they got Mike Miller, that's what they wanted to see. They wanted to see Mike Miller drain shots, create holes in the defense, kind of what Kyle Korver should have been doing for Chicago, but has not been doing. As you know, so in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, this is where they should have been. And I don't necessarily, I wouldn't call myself a hater of Miami. Like I don't really care. I don't want to see them win, but I'm not a hater. I'm not like a anti-Heat. I just wanted to see the top dog or the team that anointed themselves champions by making this move, or everybody in the media anointing them champions by making this move. I wanted to see them slay. I wanted to see them slay the beast. I'm an underdog fan, and most of you know this. But when you give with paper champs are paper champs, until they prove something to me, the paper champs. It's kind of like the Jets. The Jets right now talk a lot. Now, granted, they may get there this year. They may win it all. And when you win it all, Jet fans, you can go bananas. You can go crazy, but be paper champs. That's what I'm saying. That's what Miami was. Paper champs. They have a chance to be the Eastern Conference champion and a chance to get into the finals, which they wanted to do when they signed those big three guys in the beginning of June. That's what they did. As for Dallas now, I honestly think Oklahoma City's done. It was a fun run. No matter what they do, they can win another game. They'll probably win maybe one game if that, in the next 2 or 3. I think one game if that. I think Dallas wants to end it, and for this reason, they want enough time to rest their players. They're older than Miami, and here I am talking as if Miami has already clinched. There's still a little bit left in the series. For all we know, the Bulls can go on a 3-game tear and win. I don't think they will, but they are. But I don't think they will, but they might. Just like the OKC can go on a 3-game tear. I don't think they will. They might. The thing about OKC though is they had a collapse, which is more mental than being in a close game. And we saw this with Memphis. We knew it was coming. But this game here is this team OKC is don't worry about it. Like I said, enjoy it, OKC. Your team is young. You're gonna put a couple more pieces together, which you don't really need much. You just need to learn how to close, play a little better defense, and you'll be there. I fully expect you guys to be there next year. You probably also a little fatigued. You don't know there. You don't have the mental capacity. You haven't been here before. You don't have the veterans like that. You've only been to one playoff series so far with the core guys that you have. So I expected a little bit of growing pains. Right now you're facing a team that is far more mentally superior than you, as well as a team that's already been there and has done that. But we've gone about this. We could run on all day and talk all day about this, that, and the other thing. The bottom line is OKC is done and the Bulls are done. You heard it here first. The Bulls and OKC are done. It will be Miami and Dallas for the championship. And I'm going out on a limb here. Little Birdie told me, one of my friends said, who's going to win if those two teams, Miami and Dallas, go there? I'm picking the Dallas Mavericks. For whatever reason, and what I like to do is, I don't normally like to pick a champion like Dallas. And here's why. Here is why. I don't like to pick a team like Dallas normally because they're older. The reason is if you're an older team, I like to see a team like example, Green Bay Packers. They have the core nucleus to keep trying and getting into the playoffs and fighting for championships. Dallas, this could be it. We could see this team win a championship and be dismantled and blown up. That's not what you want. It's especially in this day and age, it's not what you want. But we'll see what happens. See what happens. If Miami goes and wins the championship, they're built for the long haul. So they're built for the long haul. That's what they want to have is the long haul. They want to do that. That's why they brought all these guys in. That's why they signed them to 6-year deals. They're looking to win championships. Dallas is looking to win one and get their names in there, and have a ring for guys like Kidd. 38 years old. I don't think the guy's going to come back if he wins. I would retire. Dirk Nowitzki will be there. He's trying to win one. They just slayed the beast, in which case was the LA Lakers. So they've got some confidence. They got some momentum. Miami's got the big three. They were geared to do this from jump. So they're ready to go. They're ready to kick some butt. So we'll see. These next couple games probably will just be, I wouldn't say pickup games, but probably be games where Dallas and Dallas and Miami can let their guard down a little bit if they want. I don't think they will. I think they'll end in five. They'll end in 5 games. So we'll see what happens. Tune in. We're gonna keep you posted on whatever goes down in the playoffs. I'm your Don Juan Sports. That's been the Eastern Conference preview, and a little bit everything else sprinkled in. Holla at you, boy. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.